What's up guys, welcome to Barrookie. Today's video we're going to talk about foam rollers. And foam rollers were, according to Google, invented in the year 1980, around that area. But only 10 years ago people started to go crazy about foam rollers. If you owned a foam roller, you would never have to go to a physical therapist ever again. So that was pretty crazy. Now we're at a time where people say the exact opposite, that foam rollers don't work at all and that it's just a little feel good and then it doesn't have any effect. I think the real truth lies somewhere in the middle. It's never black or white, it's always something in between. And I want to talk today about how I use my foam rollers effectively during my training. So we've seen a lot of memes where people joke about foam rolling for half an hour just to get your body warmed up. I'm not in that ball camp, but what I am all for is to use it during your training when muscles feel off. For example, if I'm squatting, there's always something wrong with my legs. Either my quads are too tight, my hip flexor is just cramping up, my adductor is tight. And whenever I do my first warm-up set, I feel like, okay, which muscle is really lacking here? And then I take a foam roller, roll that muscle out, make sure it's part of the group again, and then I try to do my squat again. And what I typically feel is that I'm a lot better in my squat once I've loosened up that muscle. Same thing goes for the bench press. Say you're bench pressing and your shoulder feels tight, your trap feels tight, and you can't just activate those shoulders enough. What I typically do is I just foam roll onto my shoulders, onto my traps, and then I feel that when I go into the movement that my body responds a lot better. So people say that when you foam roll, the effect of foam rolling, like the added range of motion, is just temporarily. So to benefit from that, what we're going to do is we're going to increase our range of motion of a given muscle or a given joint, and then we're going to strengthen it in that newfound range of motion, and that is going to allow us to hopefully refine that new range of motion in our next training session. I already hear you thinking like, hey, isn't stretching and foam rolling diminishing your gains or your strength potential in a workout? That is probably true. People talk about something like 5 to 20% decrease in strength when you foam roll or stretch. But what I think is, if your muscles aren't feeling well or feeling great, and if your knees don't feel right because one VMO is activating too much, and you need to really loosen it up, you're not going to get your potential either. It's all about finding the balance, finding the middle ground, and using the foam roller to really loosen up what's bothering you during your exercises so that you can do your exercises the way they should be done. Alright, so these are my 2 cents on how I use the foam roller. Obviously, I also use it when muscles are just tight and it's very much bothering me. The same thing during my training. If I take that foam roller out, I foam roll on it, go back to the exercise, I feel great, and I feel that the exercise is going a lot better. So I am curious to know, how are you using your foam roller? Are you also having a special protocol? Are you using it just to warm up? And are you the one that is foam rolling a half an hour? I'm happy to know, and I'm happy to discuss. So yeah, thank you so much for liking this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I guess I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace!